Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to do a provisional cast on using one of these rubbery tube things. So you need your tube, the needles you need to work on for your project, and your working yarn. We're going to start with a slip stitch on the needle. So let's just do this. And you want to use this technique, for example, if you're going to do a hat, socks, mitts, or something where you want a doubled cuff. And so this will work really well for that. So here we go. I've got my slip stitch on my needle. I'm holding onto the tail yarn with my right hand so it's out of the way and I don't start knitting with it. I have a tendency to do that. I'm holding the cord with one hand and the other hand and my working yarn. So I've got this like slingshot setup. We're going to start now. I'm not going to count my slip stitch because I will get rid of that later and I'll explain to you why. So this one does not count as a stitch. So we'll start with going under the cord, up through the middle, scooping the working yarn, bringing it back forward and on top, and then just scooping the working yarn. So now my right index finger's job is to make sure I don't lose those strands that I'm picking up and collecting. Okay, so let's do that again. I go in front, under, up in between, grab my working yarn, go back under, forward, hold, and then just scoop, hold. Again. So let me look at it from a different angle. You come forward, under, grab the working yarn, bring it back, hold, scoop, hold. Okay, and we're going to do that until we have the number of stitches we need. So let's count these and see how we count them. Again, remember this one, our slip stitch, our slip knot, sorry, our slip knot does not count. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, and on the bottom 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to try and cast on 20, and I'm going to start working in the round, and I'll show you how to do that. So under, between, scoop, back under, scoop, hold, under, between, scoop, back under, scoop, hold. Try not to do it too tight because then you're gonna have a hard time knitting through it. So not too tight, not too loose. And I find with a cord it sometimes sticks a little, but the tighter it is, the harder it'll be to move. Obviously, I don't practice what I preach. Okay, so scoop. And scoop. So let me see how many I have now. I have, not counting this one, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Perfect. I'm going to leave it at 20. So now I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to start and I'm going to knit across the stitches. Even though I want to work in the round, I'm going to knit across the stitches. So when I finished, this was the last one I created. That is a stitch. Don't do this, don't drop it. Make sure you keep it on there. And you're going to start knitting across all the stitches on your needle. Now this looks kind of funny because it's loose, but just go through and knit it and it'll end up looking just like a stitch. And as I knit them, I'm just going to count to make sure I have the right number. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Perfect. So there's one thing I need to tell you. We're going to drop this one, the slip stitch, the slip knot. Keep calling it slip stitch. We're going to drop the slip knot, but make sure you don't lose the stitch that's here, because that is your 20th stitch that's being held on your blue cord thing. So when I'm going to drop it, I'm just going to bring it around like this to make sure it stays there. Okay, and then that's it. It will eventually just stay there, but for now I'm just going to try and be mindful to make sure I leave that one like that. So now that I've done one row, I've got 20 stitches, and I should also have 20 stitches on the bottom. So let's check that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Perfect. It's all looking great. It's time to join it and to start working in the round. So I'm going to divide my stitches into 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And so I'm going to split it right at 10. I don't need to split the ones on the cord. Those I don't need to touch. It's just the ones on the needle I want to split. Trying to think of another way for you guys not to lose that stitch. You'll just have to be mindful. Sorry. If I think of a way, I'll let you know. We could theoretically, in our slip knot, if I can open it up, I should be able to. We could, in theory, put one of the ends just to kind of block it, and then it won't come undone anymore. Did you guys see what I did there? My slip knot, I just went ahead and put that, so it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so I've knit one row. I've divided my stitches 10 and 10 in each needle. And for those of you who don't know how to work in the round, you can continue watching, but those of you who know, you can just start working in the round. So if you don't know what to do from here, you have your working yarn that's coming out of the back needle right now. Just ignore the blue cord. Try and pretend like it's not even there. So you've got the working yarn coming out of the back needle, and then you have 10 stitches and 10 stitches. If the working yarn is coming off of the back needle, that means you've just worked those stitches. So you have to come and work these, which is going to create the circle. So if I pull the needle in the back, if I pull that out and wrap it around, I now have one loop on this side and one loop on this side, creating my bunny loop, my bunny ears. And then I just go ahead and grab my working yarn and I just knit into my stitches. It's that simple. Again, I'm ignoring, I have the blue cord there. My stitches can't get twisted, which is usually something that happens. They can't get twisted because I've already knit a row and I've got the blue cord, which is going to stop that from stretching. I'm also pulling it tight from this stitch to this stitch so that I don't have a hole. So I'm trying to pull that first stitch nice and tight. And then I come into the second one, which should be better. And I knit across all of these 10 stitches. But that's only half of my circle. So when I need to do the other half. So when I finish this half, what happens is I'm left with a longer cable and this. So I'm going to turn my work, and now my needle with the working yarn again is in the back. So I need to pull my cord through, pull my cord through to get the other needle onto my stitches. I push it in. I did that first one really tight there. I push it back in, and it's the same theory. My working yarn is here. I pull this one out and yeah, come under and knit across. So I knit across. Okay, my 10 stitches, and look, I haven't lost that, so that means I haven't lost my stitch that was there, which is really good. And you know what, if you do lose that stitch, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't really matter. I'll show you why in a little while. Okay, so there we go. I finish. I turn my work. Again, I have my needle, pull my cable. Yeah, it's a big gap here. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're not going to see it, and it's going to slowly disappear. Again, so I push that needle in, pull this needle out, get my working yarn, and keep going. And I'm going to do this for as long as what my pattern tells me. Sometimes it's 10 rows, sometimes it's 2 inches, sometimes it's whatever the pattern says. You go ahead and do that, and I will meet you back in a minute to show you what to do to use up the stitches from your blue cord. All right.